What's up guys, this is Masi. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to deal with chemistry and math questions, start now by subscribing this channel and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. In this video I want to talk about aldehydes naming. I will talk about aldehydes naming different kinds of aldehydes. Aldehydes are chemicals that contain carbonyl group and it's connected to the alkyl group and have at least one hydrogen atom. So this is the general formula of aldehyde. The reason I said at least one hydrogen atom connected to the carbon, because the simplest form of molecule, the simplest form of aldehyde is this format, which you have two hydrogens connects to carbonyl group. This one we call it formaldehyde or methanol. This is the IUPAC name, common name. As you saw here, we have hydrogen, alkyl or aryl group, and here we have carbonyl group. Carbonyl is the carbon atom and oxygen atom connects to each other by a double bond. Some of the families in organic chemistry contain carbonyl group. One of them is aldehyde. We have ketones. We have carboxylic acid, acids, esters, and amides. These five families contain carbonyl group. So I'm just going to talk about naming aldehyde. The only thing I want to mention here is the difference between aldehyde and ketones. Aldehyde, as you saw, it has alkyl group in one side and hydrogen the other side, but ketone has alkyl group from both sides. This alkyl group can be the same or it can be different. So these are ketones. This is the general formula of ketones, and here is the general formula of aldehydes. So aldehydes must be connected to hydrogen atom, but ketones on the other hand, we have two equal or different alkyl or aryl group. So now start naming this aldehydes. First molecule I want to name is this one, and first of all I want to check that here we have aldehyde group because we have carbonyl group and it's connected to hydrogen. So we always start with the aldehyde part. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Aldehyde group is the most prior group comparing to any other functional group in organic chemistry except carboxylic acid. So carboxylic acid is the most prior functional group, and after that we have aldehydes. So aldehydes comes before ketones, comes before hydroxy, comes before double bond and stuff like that. So we start from this side to name it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it comes from butane. What we can say, instead of E at the end, we can add Al. So butane, instead of E at the end, I'm gonna add Al. So we have butanol. So this is the name of this organic compound. Next one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 carbons. So we are dealing with pentanol. Let's name this one. How many carbons we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have hexanol in this example. Hexanol. So now let's check out these three molecules. All of them are aldehydes because we have hydrogen and carbonyl group. Same thing here and same thing here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons in the main branch. We have methyl here. So we have 4 methyl, 5. So we have pentanol. Next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have methyl at 3 and 4th. So we have 3,4 dimethyl pentanol. Next, again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 2 methyl groups on carbon number 3. So we have 3 and 3 dimethyl pentanol. Now let's see what's gonna happen when we have a double bond on these chemicals. So as you see here, for all these 3 molecules we have aldehyde group. So we start numbering from this side. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have double bond on carbon number 3. So I'm gonna call it 3. Instead of hexanol, I'm gonna call it hexenol. Hex-E here. Why? Because we have double bond. So instead of hexanol, we have 3-hexenol. Second one, we have carbonyl group here, so that's aldehyde, and we have double bond in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So in this case, we have the double bond is on the second carbon. So we have 2 pentanol, pentanol. Again, E because we have double bond, 2-pentanol. Here it's a little bit more complicated. Again, we have aldehyde, so we start numbering them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 2 methyl groups on 3 and 7, and we have double bond on 2 and 6. So what we need to do, we need to have the methyls first. We have 3 and 7 dimethyl, 2 and 6 diene, because we have 2 double bond, diene octanol. You can also name it 3 and 7 dimethyl, 2 and 6 octan dienol. Both of them are common. 3 and 7 dimethyl, 2 and 6 octan dienol. So that's when we have double bond on these organic compounds. Now let's see what's gonna happen when we have more than one carbonyl group. The first one, as you see here, we have aldehyde here and we have aldehyde here as well, because it's connected to hydrogen and this side is connected to hydrogen as well. So we can number it from here or here, doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can call it pentan diol. Diol because we have 2 aldehyde groups. So pentan diol. Now on the next one we have aldehyde group here, and here we have ketone because it's connected to alkyl groups. So aldehyde is more prior comparing to ketone, so I need to start numbering from this side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the only branch here, the substituent, is gonna be this ketone, which we call it oxa here. So we have 3-oxa butanol. So that's gonna be the name of this organic compound. Next one, here we have carboxylic group, and here in this side we have aldehyde, carboxylic group and aldehyde. As I said earlier, carboxylic group is the most prior functional group, so I need to start numbering from here. 1, 2, 3, And then I'm gonna say that's gonna be 3-oxopropanoic acid. Oic acid is that's suffix for carboxylic acid. Next one is gonna be this one, which we have aldehyde here, ketone here, and we have hydroxy group here as well. So we need to start numbering from here because aldehyde is more prior comparing to ketone and alcohol. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 here. So we have substituents, we have oxo, 5-oxo, and 6-hydroxy, and 3-methyl. M, H, and O. So we have 6-hydroxy, 3-methyl, 5-oxo, hexanol. It's going to be the name of this organic compound. So now in these chemicals, we are dealing with a benzene ring. So we need to know that whenever we are dealing with aldehydes and the aldehyde group is connected to a ring, instead of having a suffix Al, we're going to have a suffix which is carbaldehyde. For example, the first one here, we have a benzene ring and we have aldehyde. We call it benzene carbaldehyde. Or the common name for that is benzaldehyde. Both of them are correct. This is the common name and the first one is IUPAC name. Let's name the next one. So here we have number 1. We need to go this way for numbering, not the other way, because we need to have the lowest number. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have methyl and we have chloro. Chloro comes first, alphabetic order. 3 chloro, 4 methyl, benzene carbaldehyde. Or we can say 3 chloro, 4 methyl, benzaldehyde. Next one, it's very similar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have hydroxy group, and here we have ether. Ether is going to be methoxy, so M and H, this comes first. So we have 4 hydroxy, 3 methoxy, benzene carbaldehyde. Or we can say 4 hydroxy, 3 methoxy, benzaldehyde. Next one. Now, as you see here, we have aldehyde and we also have the carboxylic acid, which this one comes first. So this one is going to be 1, this one is going to be 2. The naming of this compound is very important and different from what we had before. This is the benzoic acid. If you don't consider this part, is benzoic acid. We had it before, benzoic acid. And here we have a substituent, which we call it 4-mil group. 4-mil. So whenever we have an aldehyde group as a substituent, we call it 4-mil. So we have 2 4-mil benzoic acid. That's going to be the name of this organic compound. Now I'm going to show you some more examples. In this case, we have cycloaliphatic compounds. So here we have cyclohexane and we have aldehyde. I'm going to call it cyclohexane Carbaldehyde. This one, that's gonna be number 1. This one is gonna be number 2. So it's gonna be 2-hydroxy cyclo. We have 6-hexane Carbaldehyde. This one we have 5 carbons, so I'm gonna call this cyclopentane Carbaldehyde. Next one we have this one, number 1. We don't go that way, we go this way because we need to have the lowest number. 2-methyl and 3-bromo, so I start with 3-bromo. 3-bromo, 2-methyl, cyclopentane Carbaldehyde. So let's see more examples, a little bit more complicated examples. The first one here, we have a benzene ring, chloro and aldehyde. So this is the most prior functional group here. I start from here, 1, 2, 3. And then I can call it, this is the chloro, and here is going to be phenyl. So chloro comes first, so 2-chloro, 3-phenyl, 3 carbons, propanol. This is the name of this organic compound. Next one, we have this organic compound, aldehyde. We have ethoxy, we have amine group, amino, and here we have hydroxy. So we start from this one because this is the most prior in this chemical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So amino comes first. So 5-amino, hydroxy or ethoxy. Ethoxy comes first. 3-ethoxy, 4-hydroxy, hexanol. This is going to be the name of this organic compound. Now let's make it a little bit more complicated. Here we have more than one aldehyde group. We have one here, and one here as substituent. So I'm gonna number it from this side. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 carbons. We have aldehyde here, and aldehyde here. But this one is gonna be just substituent. So I'm gonna call it formyl. We had it earlier, so we're gonna have formyl for this group. So we have 3-formyl hexane diol. Why diol? Because we have 2 aldehydes from both sides. 3-formyl hexane diol. Now what's happening here? This one, we have the same thing. We have 3 aldehydes. We can start from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here on this 3 we have the substituents, but here is not aldehyde. We have methyl and aldehyde, which we call it as a substituent. We call it formyl methyl. Formyl methyl. So I'm gonna call it 3-formyl methyl heptane diol. It's gonna be the name of this organic compound. In this molecule we have naphthalene and aldehyde. When we need to name it, this is gonna be the number 1. So I'm gonna call it 1-naphthaldehyde. 1-naphthaldehyde. This one is going to be on the second, and I'm going to call it 2-naphthaldehyde. What about here? Here we have benzene group and we have two aldehydes on it, 1 and 2. So it's going to be number 1 and number 2. I'm going to call it 1 and 2 benzene dicarbaldehyde. And finally here we have naphthalene, aldehyde, and hydroxy. We have also methyl as well. This is going to be number 1. Always when we have naphthalene, this is going to be the number 1. 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to call it 1 hydroxy, 4 methyl, 2 naphthaldehyde. This is going to be the name of this organic compound. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment if you have any question and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you found this video useful, please like it and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. I will leave some related playlists in description in case you need extra help and extra practice question. You can just take a look to the description. Thank you for watching and have a great day.